Thanks, Rob. Hey, Jarvis, good to see you, man. We were talking to Coach Woods earlier, and he said kind of the prevailing attitude on the team is that we can do this. How much do you think that win on Sunday night just raised everybody's confidence level, which was already high?
Yeah, I mean it's part of it. Part of this journey to be able to win those type of games in the fashion that we did. And when you do, you keep getting opportunities, and it just got to make more plays and bigger opportunity, and we got that. So we got an opportunity to do that this Sunday.
I asked Coach Van Pelt about that key third down play when you guys were struggling early in the fourth quarter. I think it was 3rd and 2. Baker hit you. You turned it into about a 17-yard gain. And he said kind of when the Browns are in doubt, go to number 80. How much do you love the fact that they count on you to make those kinds of plays in those types of moments?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's part of the reason why I was brought here, and I think for me, man, just whatever it takes to help the team. I don't really care if it's, you know, running my route or being a decoy or blocking or whatever it is, whatever it takes for the team. Obviously, in those situations, I do, want the ball in my hands. I do want the opportunity to make those type of plays, and they counted on me. The team counted on me. The offense counted on me to make those plays, and we did. But that's just part of it, playing football.
Thanks, Tom. Nate Ulrich is next.
Hey, Jarvis. When we talked to you last week, you said amid all the adversity from COVID-19, you wanted your teammates to look at you and play the way you did with that type of intensity. How gratifying was it for you to see guys come out and, I mean, the historic first quarter, the way you guys were able to come out of the gate?
Yeah, it was very exciting, and I think, one of the things that I've always believed in, and, I've always heard people say is just have an energy that's unmatched, you know what I mean? So I think for us, I think having the attitude that we had going into that game and the way that we were approaching it, it's something that you saw, out of every guy from the first play of the game.
And just what is the significance of that? Because, I think, talking to players, specifically, talking to Rodney Harrison earlier in the season, and he just said something that stuck with me, that you don't know what players are going to be like when they get in the postseason until they're in the postseason. So is that intensity that you guys are able to unleash in a playoff game, is knowing that this team has that in it, valuable as you go to Arrowhead?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely again encouraging to see, and again, the bigger the opportunity, the more energy you have to bring, and the more attention to detail, the more together you have to be. And I think we've been through a lot this season, throughout COVID, throughout injuries, throughout wins and losses, and I think for us that's kind of helped us build our spirit, in a sense that we have to have that energy and find ways to keep it and feed off of each other.
Thanks, Nate. We'll go to Scott Patrick.
Hey, Jarvis. So what's the mindset going into Arrowhead playing the defending Super Bowl champs?
To win.
Is there any extra to it because they were the Super Bowl champs and have been there, done that, and you guys are kind of the new kids?
No, I mean, listen, it's always in this league. I feel like it's an any given Sunday type of mentality. You know what I mean? And I think for us, we've always looked at this season as a one game season, one week, one game at a time. And I think that's no different. I don't think this is a chance for us to just do things that we haven't been doing and going all out of the ordinary. I think we're playing a really great football team. I think they understand we have a mutual respect, and it's going to be a football game.
Thanks.
Thanks, Scott. Dan Lobby, you're up.
Hey, Jarvis, going back to Tom's question about going to you in big moments. You and Baker have been playing together now for 3 years. I think his first career completion was to you. How that connection that you guys have, is that something that can only really kind of be built over just those years together and those reps together?
Yeah, it's something that's always evolving. Is always, I want to say growing, you know what I mean? In the sense of just like, I'm very transparent on what the things that I see out there are of knowing what he expects from me in a route or how he wants me to come out the route at the top or use my stem in different ways, and I think to be able to work together in that type of way, I think that has led to a lot of the success that me and him have.
Is that part of too when he starts scrambling around and you just always seem to end up in the right spot? Does that kind of come from that too?
Yeah, I mean, I think at that point, it's just players making plays. It comes down to instincts and that's it. Really, it just comes down to instincts.
Thanks.
Thank you, Dan. Mary Kay Cabot has her next question.
Hey, Jarvis, it's another week, another receiver saying, kind of something about you guys that could possibly be construed as disrespectful. Were you aware of what Sammy Watkins said about, I wouldn't go that far in terms of you guys bringing competition? And if so, are you bugged by that or motivated by that, or what's your thought on that?
No, I haven't seen it. But listen, I can't get into these Twitter wars and these media wars with these guys. We just got an opportunity to play this Sunday, and I'm looking forward to it.
Do you feel like you guys need to just focus on what's on the field and kind of, you had your way with the Juju thing. Now it's time to just home in and get this job done?
Yeah, it got to get handled, and that's just what it is.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mary Kay. We'll go to Marla Ridenour.
Jarvis, everyone knows, you guys kind of feed off Baker's swagger. How do you fit into that? Are you the quiet guy? Do you just talk when no, I would think not, but when do you think it's time to speak up and not, how do you guys share that maybe?
Everybody leads differently. Leadership doesn't always look the same, but it has a lot of the same qualities, and I think, just for me, my interjection with guys or with the teams, most times it's individual, or position group specific, but Baker is definitely a guy who always has the type of energy that is very contagious and that people look for during the game, and that we feed off of. So, we get that from a lot of guys, even though Chubb doesn't say anything, but, the way that he plays, you can feel his energy. You can feel that he wants to win, and he's playing as hard as he possibly can. And that type of stuff, it encourages other guys to try to do the same and match that level, that standard.
And one quick thing about Kareem, going back to KC, will you say anything to him just to make sure he's not too emotional? It seems like he's been pointing for this for weeks.
Well, I'm happy he got it. I hope he have a great game. I hope this is a great experience. And I know he's going to be ready. So I'm just happy that he's on this side, not the other side.
Thanks, Marla. Go back to Nate Orrick.
Jarvis, just to circle back to another thing we talked about last week, you said this one's for Joel Bitonio. Everything he's been through, didn't get to play in that wild card game, but hopefully you guys get him back.
Yeah. How
awesome is it to give him this chance now by winning? Yeah,
it's another opportunity. All of the guys. Like I say, I talked to you guys another time before, and if you were around this season, obviously everything that has happened, like this. A part of us all, and the guys that have been here, including Joel, to be able to potentially have an opportunity to play in this game, which will be his first playoff game, is a divisional game, so hopefully he can be a part of it, and we can go get a W.
How much appreciation do you have for the man he is, the player he is, what you've gotten to know about him?
Yeah, much respect to him. He's always been a guy who's always been about his business since, I've been here since I can give any assumption about, his character or anything like that. This guy's always where he needs to be, always doing what he does, and he's a great model for, the guys in his room. And one of the leaders on our team, again, a quiet guy, but, he does what he has to do. And, when you do that, you don't have to say much.
Thanks, Nate. We'll take two more for Jarvis, Zach Jackson and Scott Petrick. Zach, go ahead.
Hey, Jarvis, nobody thinks this game's going to be 14-10 Sunday. So as receivers, you guys get any extra juice that it might have to be 35 or more to come out on top?
Well, listen, I mean, I think the goal at the end of the day is score one more point than they do. And, I don't care if it's 100, I think it's going to be a tough battle, but just score one more point than they do.
Thanks, Zach. Final question goes to Scott Petrick.
Jarvis, we've talked a lot about how well Baker's played over the last couple of months. Have you ever seen him be in better command of the offense, in control than he was Sunday night in Pittsburgh?
I mean, listen, he's always in his element. I think that, just watching him and understanding how, again, I believe a lot of it always comes back to communication and being transparent and, the way that he approaches things on the sideline, comes off the field, goes straight to the tablet or, comes off the sideline and goes straight to the offensive line or the receivers or the running backs, say what needs to be said, and then go sits down with AVP, look through the tablet, figure it out, and then come back with a plan of how we're going to attack this next series. So, I think that that's something that has been to the forefront, and we can all see it. He's been playing well this whole entire year. So, again, we're going to go as far as he goes.